Welcome to Excel Academy. In this video, we'll be solving the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers September 2025 exam for paper 3.0 or section B. So we'll be looking at the section A of this exam. Question 1 goes as thus. Assume that you manage a $9 million portfolio that pays no dividends. Note, no dividends, and has a beta of 1.22, an alpha of 1.5%, risk-free rate of 0.025 per month, and the S&P 500 is at what? 1,550. So, which of the following 500 future contracts will help you hedge your portfolio, given that the future contract has a multiplier of 250? So we have the option. So here now we are going to solve it using the formula. So in this case now, what they ask you to do is to ascertain the number of S&P 500 future contracts that is needed, to hedge the portfolio. So in this case now, the formula for the number of contracts is equal to the beta value multiplied by portfolio value, then divided by contract value. So now our beta, they already gave us. Our beta is 1.22, then times the portfolio value. So they told us that it is $9 million. Yeah, they already told us here. That's the portfolio value. So put it there, $9 million. Then divided by the contract value. So to get the contract value, we have the price for each S&P 500 is 1,550 and the multiplier is 250. So here now the contract value, this is 1,550 multiplied by 250. So in this case now, we'll solve that on our calculator. 1.22 times 9 million, this is 10.98, then divided by 1,550 times 250. So this is 387,500. So here now we have 10,980 divided by 10,080,000 divided by 387,500. So here we have 28. So it's 28.3354 lakhs, but it's approximately 28. So in this case now, this means that we are going to buy 28 S&P 500 futures contracts. So the answer to number 1 is B. Let's solve question 2. Consider the single factor APT. Portfolio has a beta of 0.2, that's for portfolio A, and expected return of 13%. Portfolio B has a beta of 0.4 and expected return of 15%. So then the risk-free rate is what? 10%. So then they now say that if you want to take advantage of an arbitrage opportunity, you should take a short position in and a long position in. So after that in here, there was supposed to be dash, short position in dash and long position in dash. Do you get that? So that's what they're trying to ask us to do. So let's do just that. So basically what we're going to do now is we ascertain the risk return, then we now use it, we now divide it by the beta. So this is what I mean. Risk return, that's the the market return, or should I say the expected return, here minus the risk-free rate, then divided by the beta. So we'll do that for A and B. So for A now, that's for portfolio A. Portfolio A, the expected return is 13%, then minus the risk-free rate of 10% divided by beta. Beta is 0.2. Beta is 0.2. So this would give us 0.15, or we can call it 15%. Then for the portfolio B, the expected return for portfolio B is 15%. Then the risk rate is 10% divided by beta factor of what? 0.4. So this would give us 0.125 or 12.5%. The next thing we're now going to do is this. So now look at this, 15% and 12.5%. So compared to their, this is more or less like the reward. So we'll now do a comparison of the reward to risk ratio. The reward is what? The reward is 15%, and compared to the expected return of 13%. So we'll do the reward to risk ratio. So the reward here is 13%, then the risk here is what we've calculated, which is the 15%. Then for B, the reward is what? The reward is 12.5%. Then the risk is what? The reward is 15%. Then the risk is 12.5%. So in this case now, you can see that this one, the A part now, we are getting reward of 13%, but the risk is 15%. So which means that you can say it is undervalued. The B part now, we'll see that this one is overvalued. So the one that is undervalued, this would be the long position. The one that is undervalued, this would be the long position. So we all know what long means. Long, it means that we should buy. Then short, it means that we should sell. So this is the short position. So in this case now, we are to short B and long A. So the answer to that is B, option B, long portfolio B and short position in portfolio B and long position in portfolio A. So let's proceed. Number 3, a portfolio manager sells treasury bonds and buys corporate bonds because the spread between corporate and treasury bonds is higher than its historical average. So basically here now, this is an example of a substitution. So why is a substitution? So here now you are trying to substitute the corporate bonds for the treasury bonds. The corporate bonds would yield higher returns than the treasury bonds. So let's go to number 4. Number 4, a futures contract for 5,000 bushels of wheat has a future price of $124 per bushel. The cost of carry is 1.5%. If at maturity the spot price is $120 per bushel, upon maturity the holder of the dash. So now we have to calculate this. So in this case now, we need to ascertain the profit. How do we do that? Here you can see they give us the future price and the spot price. So let's ascertain the profit. So profit goes to future price minus spot price. So we also multiply by contract size. So now profit, this is equals to future price, this is 124, then minus spot price of 120, then times contract size. So this is 5,000 bushels. 4 times 5,000 bushels, that's $20,000 as profit. So now the cost of carry now, they said is 1.5%. So cost of carry is 1.5% on the the future price, more or less like the amount you sell it. So and that's 124 times the 5,000 bushels. So how much do we have? So here now we have 9,300. So the net profit now, so the net profit, or say the net cash flow, this is the 20,000 bushels minus 9,300. So this is 10,700. So here now you can see. So remember, if you are selling, it is short. Do you get that? It is short. So here now we have positive cash flow of 10,700. Yeah, you can see. But in this option, we are giving long. Here now we have short position, but this is 10,000, so it's not 10,700. So the examiner know what he or she is doing. So the answer is A. Though it's 10,000, even though we are supposed to have 10,700. So we're gonna approximate it. So that's how tricky your exam questions can be. That's why you need to know what you're doing. So now let's go to number 5. The spot price for gold is 332 and 1 year future price is 351. So what is the implied repo rate? That's what we are asked to do. So what's the formula for the implied repo rate? That's what we would ask ourselves. Implied repo rate. So normally this is what the examiner is trying to say. That is the price increase from spots to the futures. Yes. So more or less like present value and future value. So in present value and future in the present value and future value, there is a rate, a factor, which is the discount rate that caused the increase. That's what we have to do here. So the future price would be equals to the spot price into bracket 1 plus R. We are given this future price, we are given the spot price. So it is that R now that we're asked to look for. The future price, this is 351, then equals to the spot price of 332, then into bracket 1 plus R. So is that R that we don't know yet. So now to get the R now, this is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do 351 divided by 332 equals to 1 plus R. So here now 351 divided by 332, so this will give us 1.0572. So this is equals to 1 plus R. So this R now is the implied repo rate. So this is 1.0572 minus 1 equals to R. So our R equals to 1.0572 minus 1. So the answer is 0.0572. So the answer to number 5 is A. So you can see how we are solving this step here now. If you want access to the complete videos and the complete questions, it is the September 2025 exam, the actual exam that we're solving. If you want access to it, I would, type the number you will chat up on WhatsApp. I'll display it shortly. And we also have an exam center where you can come and write the exam. Although the exam center is in Lagos, but if you're outside Lagos, still message me up and we have something for you. So just do all to chat me and look at the remaining questions. We have a whole lot of questions here, a whole lot of them. We have a whole lot of them. Do you get that? So, and their answers. So this is 31 pages, so it's a whole lot, and you can't study these questions and not pass. It's not possible. So alright, so do all to message me on WhatsApp on this number. Just do all to message me on WhatsApp so that you can have access to the complete videos, complete questions, and also so that you can write the exam at our center. So see you. Cheers.